right, this is a matchup I have been looking forward to. Genesis versus the NorCal Kings. Both of these teams have been playing really, really well today. Lots of very aggressive players on both sides of the field right now.
This is a match that we've been waiting for, and this is going to be a really tight play.
Yes, here we go. We are at the Division 4 Sunday competition at the AFPL HAVOC event number 2 up in Tag Paintball in Hollister, California. My name is Griffan Spanner, and I will be your tour guide this evening.
This is Bullseye with Tag. And we're going to be, right now we have Genesis on the home side and NorCal Kings on the away. And they're about ready to get started within the next 20 seconds. 10 seconds, I'm corrected.
All right, here we go. So it looks like Genesis is definitely showing aggression to try to get into that snake off the break real quick, which is something that a lot of teams have been able to do this weekend. So there's the launch, and yep, he's going to go right around the horn. They sent the player into the Dorito 1 and the Snake 1. I think every team has that breakout somewhere in their playbook. As long as they've got wheels, people have been able to make those spots all weekend.
NorCal Kings have doubled up on 2 of the back bunkers. They did not break out to the Snake as I was expecting, but it looks like they're playing very conservative. They're trying to lane, seeing if they can hold back Genesis a little bit on their plays.
Oh, nice move out to the goal wing. Get a little bit more support behind his Snake player, keeping the gun up the whole time. So these teams are definitely looking to try to see if they can get that first blood drawn, and then Genesis, I imagine, is going to try to drop the hammer pretty quick if they see any openings. And here they go, this move up into the Snake 40, going to look on the inside here. And oh, nice fill out to the outside by the Kings, try to keep a little bit of pressure over there. They don't want to completely submit the wire.
So NorCal Kings have countered the Snake, so now both on the Snake side are hot. Right before that, they went to the D side, and now they're spreading out their wings just a little bit to get the flanking positioning on the field.
All right, Genesis got caught trying to get up into the second Dorito bunker, but as soon as he got eliminated, they moved over the player from the tower to the outside wire there to keep a little bit of Dorito side dominance. And a nice fill in to Dorito 1 for the NorCal Kings to try to keep things even up on that side of the field. Oh, just got a little bit too greedy with the gun battle down the tape.
NorCal Kings Snake player just took out the Genesis Snake player. And he was in a really good position if he just played it tight, but...
Yeah, well, you got a guy on the wire hanging on you. You come out into it.
Yep.
That's a crapshoot every time. You just got to hope your gun's rolling in the right spot.
It still looks like NorCal Kings still have 5 players on the field, well spread out.
Here we go, nice bump in. It looks like they are ready to start putting a lot of pressure on the Dorito side here as they realize that there's really nobody on the Snake side other than just the corner who can get those shots across field to stop them from moving up.
One of the things I like about paintball and the NorCal Kings is I'm looking at the guy with the top, or Aztec Temple. He's got to be pushing, what, 6'1", 6'0"?
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of those guys are really tall. I know Jeremy Stelt is, he's well over 6 foot. He's a really big guy.
That's the thing I like about paintball is because you have short guys, big guys, tall guys.
Oh, lost the gun battle out of the Dorito side tower for Genesis, so it looks like NorCal is going to be able to try to capitalize on something, but oh no.
Just lost their Dorito side.
That is not what they needed to happen.
Still, they have, that's that first guy that they've only lost, so it's still 4 up. And NorCal Kings Snake side just bounced up a little bit. Looks like he's now playing Snake 3, sorry.
Yep, yeah, Snake 3, and they also got a player into the Dorito 2 looking on the outside there. And as long as the Snake side corner isn't looking inside, I expect this Kings player to be able to try to tuck him in and then make that bump up to the 50.
NorCal Kings Snake doesn't know what he's trying to make him something happen. He's waiting for the kill, but obviously Genesis didn't present that.
Yeah, well, Genesis is going to be caught at a pretty strong cross right now because they have a lot of pressure coming up against them on both sides of the field. So they're going to want to check outside from time to time, see if they can catch anybody sleeping. But, for the most part, I expect them to keep their guns pretty much locked up on the inside.
I think NorCal Kings are beginning to communicate. Hopefully, that's what I think they're communicating. But it should looks like what? Genesis has 2 on your side, so it's 4 on 2?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. There's a lot of pressure coming on these guys. But, Genesis, especially in the bunkers that they're in, they're big, powerful bunkers. And now that he's moved up into Snake 1 behind that nice big cake, I don't think the Kings know that he's in S1 yet. Or no, it looks like he did just relay that to his player who is going to go ahead and bounce back into the S2 position to try to keep them guessing a little bit. And there is a nice little gap shot in that spot. If he goes back just a little bit, it looks like he was able to find the shot he's looking for and did get the elimination out of the Dorito. So very smart move going back, knowing that he had that little bit of a gap to breach. So I think the Kings are about to come up the center here and drop the hammer on the player that's in Snake 1.
Up to the 50.
Well, if he's smart, they're going to send one down the outside. Oh, waving him off. There we go. concede point for Genesis. That point took a lot of time off the clock.
It did. It really did.
That was a pretty long point.
Was on the losing side, they sure burned up a lot of clock time.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be story time for the Kings at this point right now or if they're going to try to play heads up again. But, you know, it's those long range, little bit, you know, getting lucky with those long shots like that. Just pick them off one piece at a time. But I didn't see any mistakes really made.
No,
it was good paintball on both sides, and that's what we're expecting to see out of this matchup. Just good solid grind out paintball. And the fun thing about this too is both teams, they're really utilizing everything that this layout has to offer. Very experienced players who know what they're looking for, know how to take advantage of those tiny little options.
And it really did surprise me that they didn't push forward, but the snake player actually pulled back. Like you said, saw that gap, knew the gap. They walked the fields. They knew that there was a gap there, and he placed the ball in there.
And that's the difference between playing all right and playing really well.
Yes.
That's going to be the gap right there, is having the foresight to be able to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go back. I know where this little shot is. I'm only going to have to put 2 or 3 balls in there, and then I can go back to doing the rest of my job.
Well, if you notice that most of the kills in paintball aren't with racks and racks of streams of hosing. It's usually the Dakota of the and you just get a couple in there.
Depends on the division.
Yeah, I guess.
There's a lot of factors there.
There is.
All right, so King's going to be breaking out on your right side. Jeremy Stelt looking like a really tall, uncomfortable cheetah. Run, old man, run! Run, old man, run!
Genesis
he didn't make it.
50.
Oh,
put
Jeremy.
A player already in there.
Heartbreaking. Yeah, great move. First time we've seen a player today move up into that 50, so it'll be interesting to see if he's going to catch anybody sleeping trying to get to the snake side there.
Genesis on the away side. They do switch places every point. This is HAVOC series. Race to 2.
Race to 3.
Race to 3, 5 on 5. Thank you. And so it looks like Genesis is still playing their tactical, but we're just a little bit more aggressive. So I'm really kind of seeing what the Genesis is going to be doing at the 50 bunker, the large, what do you call it, the monster?
50, just A. X. Depends when you started playing. It can be an X if you played before 2005. All right, so the Kings right now looks like they're pretty content just hanging out, trying to see if they can make something happen. And they are down a body right now, but they're in some pretty powerful positions to be able to cross off those lanes that they need to. And there's a lot of communication going on for Genesis right now, but just a little bit of chatter for the Kings. Especially being down on bodies, I'd really be encouraged if they were to pick that up a little bit, because they're going to need what's going on here. There's a little bit of chatter coming out of the quarter, calling in that they do have a player still in the Seattle. But Genesis going underneath the A, looking for that crossfield shot in the back. Looks like there was a couple pins in the way. He wasn't able to get it, so he's going to come back, try to lock off the snake side. Oh, King's moving up into Dorito 1. Looks like he just went under a couple of shots there, got lucky on the last bit, pulling his legs in. So he's going to be looking inside, trying to see if he can get a shot on the snake side tower.
So Genesis seems to be playing really well. Didn't see that last point that really affected them. They're actually playing very strategic.
Yeah, well, especially in a race to 3, there's 1 point really. It's not gonna put you in too bad of a spot. You get up 2-0, you got a little bit, but I mean, even depending on how much time's left on the clock, I would not doubt to hear story time come out of NorCal right now. I wouldn't be very surprised if they can get up by another couple bodies. Just sit on that clock.
Genesis middle player seems to be just going through some paint and seems really content. Holding their down so he can hold back the Kings.
Yeah.
And looks like he's gotten a really powerful position. I think that's the 3rd pod that he's already used.
I'm surprised he hasn't been able to get any kills out of that spot either. But it's, the Kings, they're playing their spots very conservatively, nothing too loose, playing very tight. And really, when you get up to the center, you're looking for, tips of shoes, elbows, barrel tips, things like that.
Right. Targets of opportunity.
Oh, there we go. Nice move for Genesis into the 50 Dorito, and that's definitely going to change things up on the inside of the field here.
Genesis also backed up.
So Kings lost their player in the snake side insert there over in the God Bunker. Oh, did not make it. Lucky he didn't draw a penalty, though. Looks like they got him a few steps before he landed. Leaping like a gazelle out to the 40 Dorito for NorCal Kings.
Genesis is now at the actual monster bunker, the 50, and looks like he's now being aggressive and pushing forward.
Oh, a little bit too much pressure.
Yeah, got a little too aggressive.
All right, so the Kings are back in the driver's seat on this one now. it is, I believe, 2-on-3 in favor of the Kings. And, you know, they're not in any bad spot, so I expect him to come over, and we're going to see a little bit of action up in the center. I also wouldn't be surprised if he comes up and drops the hammer, but wasn't paying close enough attention and got shot by the player on the Dorito. But they did dig out the guy who was up in that tower.
That was really well played because the Kings saw that Genesis chose a bunker that's not more of a power play, and he wanted all he saw was blood and a kill. When he did that, he got tunnel vision, and like you said, the Genesis Dorito player, as a teammate, clipped him and took care of his teammate.
Well, the thing about that is I think he just kind of missed his blind spot, because there is a really nice blind shot in there, especially when you have that many pins in the middle of the field. But you know, it only takes something the size of a quarter. All you need is a hole that big, and you know, paint will do the rest of the work.
Well, if it's the size of a quarter, you understand that it's way too big, because the paintballs are at half full.
Oh yeah, a little bit of variation. Maybe they got a little bit of spin to them.
That's right. So they just let you know how razor thin the victory to defeat can be in this game.
Those tolerances can get pretty intense.
If we're talking about the size of a quarter, which is amazing. So right now, there's not a lot of talking on Genesis' side. They're trying to figure out what's going on, and now he's going to be making an independent move.
Interesting move going into being on your stomach in a 2-on-2. Now this is where I want to hear story time. This is where I want NorCal to say, look, lock it down. All we have to do is survive for a minute and force them to go do something silly. It looks like they did. That's exactly what they're going to try to do. But going to be a nice gun battle here on the side. I would like to see the Kings player go on the inside and wait, because if he tries to launch on the outside of that 50, the guy in the tower can chop him up anyway. So here we go. Here's the move he's waiting for, and he went right into the pain train.
30 seconds.
He had no idea.
So there we go. 30 seconds left in the match. And NorCal Kings up 2-0 right now to Genesis.
I don't think Genesis, either team knew that there was a last bandit, or Kings, sorry. Neither Genesis player knew there was a king sitting over there on the Dorito, and that Dorito took them both.
Oh, he was? Oh, yeah. Hearing from our camera guy that the snake player was completely out of paint, just using what was in his loader, so that definitely does explain why he tried to, you know, make something aggressive on the outside.
That would explain a little bit.
Yeah, a little hard to gun battle without any bullets.
Yeah, you know, spitballs don't work too well.
All right, well, this break is brought to you by Top Rank Innovations. That's Pep Esqueda down in, actually pretty darn close to Mexico, down in Southern California, and he's got his new shark pants coming out pretty quick here, and I haven't been interested in buying new soft goods in a long time, but the way that he's designed these pants is they've got like fins at the back of the leg for the mesh, and as you move, they kind of fluctuate and they force air up into your legs to cool you down while you move. Yeah. It's a really cool design.
Wow.
Yeah, he calls them gills.
I like it. I hope he makes them in a San Jose Shark teal.
Oh, you can do anything. No, he does a really good job. Pep, he's been playing, I mean, he played pro for ever. I mean, he played on Dynasty. He was a founding member of Dynasty, played on Excessive for a long time, went to the Ironman camp. I think he went to the Ironman camp, but I know he's played for just about everybody that I've ever known to win a World Cup. Oh, this is what I want to see out of Genesis, running right up the gut, trying to see if they can make something incredible happen, but there's less than 20 seconds on the clock now. Nice big move up the center. Nobody's looking at him. He's going to get 1, 2. Oh, it looks like he missed the first shot, but he should have had 2 or 3 bodies pop off there, as there's going to be a lot of intense action coming on the outside of the field here. Oh, player down, or is he still shooting, or is he man down?
Referees are running.
Oh, no. Oh, no. So coach is coming back onto the field. One of the Genesis players trying to move onto the outside. John is on the field with the camera. Yeah, one of those players trying to move up. I don't know what exactly happened, but before he was able to turn the horn to try to finish up those last players, took a knee and has been on the ground since then. So good job for the refs, you know, getting to dive on him. Let's see. Looks like he is up and walking, which is what we like to see.
Looks like he's walking it off.
Okay, good. Good. Man, it's always scary when I see a guy go down like that, especially at the end of a point.
My heart just, you know, you can tell
he might have got a tank to the giblets.
Oh.
Ooh. Well, that's going to take a couple minutes to get back into it.
Walk that off. Oh, my gosh.
Well, I mean, I got to say, it was a good move. It was good moves, though. I really liked how they were able to finally get a bunch of pressure up on the inside of the field. But now we know that move works. 2 players to the 50 alive and then being able to send them up the gut.
And that was amazing.
Yeah.
They wanted to make something happen, and they did. And
If
I thought I saw a 3 going up, but 2 definitely at the monster bunker.
Yeah.
And
50.
just, oh my God.
All right, well, that's going to be a wrap for it as time expired with the NorCal Kings taking Genesis 2-0. We will be back a little bit later. Keep you tuned on this channel for more awesome paintball action. This is Division 4 of the HAVOC series from AFPL, and we are signing out.
You should like make a lot of sex puns.
We could do
Like
that.
You just got into the tip of the snake, just the tip.
Moving down the shaft.
Moving down the shaft of the snake.
And this one goes over to the blonde, nudges it, and you hear potatoes.
Well, we are live. We're not live, but we were recording that.
No, you didn't record
I
that.
suckered him right in. I suckered him right in.